Professor Marcel Rominger. We are in Module 3. This video is dedicated to keys, how keys work, what are keys, and how keys and scales are related to each other. So this requires a very big explanation. There's a lot of information that goes along with this. So I divided this into 3 videos, right? Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. So hopefully you will find this informative. Don't be surprised if you need to go back and look at one of these videos again. I hope you find it helpful. Thank you.
Okay, so in this video, which is part 1, we're going to figure out how to determine the key of a piece. All right, so what is key and how do we get there? Like, where does that come from? All right, so let's take a look at our scale. So remember the G major scale? We talked about our formula for creating a major scale. We also talked about how the G major scale has 1 sharp. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this scale and we're going to create an entire work out of it. Okay, I know it's only 8 notes, but we can take these notes and we can create an entire sort of piece of music, some even more intricate than this. Let's listen to what this sounds like. So here is my F sharp, but you'll notice that in the piece of music there is no F sharp, that the F is actually not sharped. So why is that if this is based on the notes of the G scale? Well, it's because it's over here in the key signature. All right, so there's only 1 sharp, which is F sharp. So the composer puts it in the key signature between the clef and the meter to tell us that every single F that occurs in this piece is going to be sharped. Okay, so a key signature that has 1 sharp, just like the G scale, is naturally going to be in the key of G major. So because the composer used all the notes of the G major scale, we can say that this piece of music is in the key of G major. So what about this piece of music? So if we take a look at this piece of music, we notice that there are no sharps or flats in the key signature. So there's nothing between the clef and the meter. So we need a key signature, or we have a key signature that has 0 sharps or flats. Well, we need to think of a scale that also has 0 sharps or flats. So which one is that? Well, if you think, okay, wait, what scale did we study that had no sharps or flats when we did the whole step, half step, etc.? Well, that was the C scale. No sharps or flats in the C scale. So therefore, because there are no sharps or flats in the key signature, we can safely say that this piece of music is in the key of C major. So the composer used the C major scale to compose this piece of music. All right, so now how can I figure out the key based on key signature? All right, well, so far we figured out that, in terms of sharps, 0 sharps is C major, no sharps or flats. 1 sharp equals G major, but then 2 sharps is D major, 3 sharps is A major, 4 sharps is E major. But how am I coming up with this? Where is this coming from, and why is it in this order? Well, in order to find that out, watch part 2.
Okay, here's a quick tip. Now, this has to do with when you're writing your sharps and your flats onto the key signature. Okay, so you have to make sure that when you're writing your sharps that they go exactly in the correct place. You can't put them in any order or any place that you would like. So for the treble clef, if we are writing sharps, because we were just talking about sharps, you have to make sure that the first sharp goes right here on this top line. All right, in the bass clef, the first sharp has to go on the second top line. All right, so that's where the first sharps go. Okay, you can't write them anywhere you want. They have to go in this order. So the next sharp goes in this space, and in the bass clef, it goes in this place. Now, if you notice that there are different lines and spaces depending if it's treble clef or bass clef, but you have to make sure that you memorize which line it goes to. Now, of course, you could go every good boy does fine, and then you know that that's an F sharp. The first one is an F sharp, and it goes on that top line. So just make sure that when you are writing your order of sharps, or flats for that matter, that you write them in the correct place. Okay? Make sure they are exactly on top of the line or exactly in the space. There you go. Okay? So study your sharps and your flats. So for this quick check, we're going to take a look at a piece of music. Take a look at the score. I want you to look at the key signature, take a look at all the notes, and I'm going to play it for you, and I want you to tell me what key is this piece in. Here it is again. Alright, pause the video and see if you can guess what it is. Did you figure it out? Okay, now all you need to do is take a look at that key signature. You'll see that there is no sharps and no flats in the key signature, which tells you that we use the C scale to create this music, or the composer used the C scale to create this music. So this piece, or this excerpt, is in the key of C. Did you get it? If you did, you're on the right track. All right, and that will definitely be very helpful later on in the course. All right.